Grab your glasses, everybody. It's time for a Moonshine Safari.
Welcome, everybody, to Moonshine Safari from Moonshine Safari Studios in Gilbert, Arizona.
Gilbert.
It's not sunny today either.
It's kind
it's
of
night.
off and on.
It's night, number
It
one.
is night.
And it's cloudy. We got some rain coming in, I guess. So, or hopefully a little bit. But welcome, everyone. So glad you're here.
Hey.
This is episode 27.
27.
27. And we're going to do our shout outs. We're just going to jump right in.
Shout out.
Jump right in.
Let's do it.
Hey, these are some new listeners that have been either signed up on one of our mini plethora of social media outlets.
Options.
Yeah. So I believe all of these come from our Instagram page, I believe. And you can find us on Instagram at Moonshine Safari.
That is like seriously where I am most active.
Yeah. So shout out to Chester Bennington 43
Hey, Chester.
and Bill Joel Graham 17
Hey, Bill.
and Brian Larson
Hey, Brian.
and Eldon Huff.
Hey, Eldon.
Hey, thank you guys so much for stopping
Yeah,
by
thanks,
and
everybody.
liking our stuff. I appreciate that. And also, thank you for listening. We appreciate that.
And just so you're aware, I and I know I keep saying this, which is why I'm saying it again. But anyway,
Okay.
I'm actually going to start posting some of the recipes on Instagram as well. And Lord willing, I'm going to get those all uploaded into the website.
One at a time.
One thing at a time.
We'll dispense it one at a time. Hey, shout out also to, here's something different, Dungeons and Dragons players.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Do you guys like to play Dungeons and Dragons? Anybody out there like to play Dungeons and Dragons?
I think there's
If
a lot
you
of people that
do
are playing it.
like to play Dungeons and Dragons, and I don't want to. I used to play when I was 13. No, if you play now, we want to know.
Are
if
you
play
playing?
Now. Are
Yeah,
you
we
playing?
wanna know.
Do you
We
have a
wanna hear.
group? Yeah, send us a little note. Tell us.
Let us
That'd
know
be
what
great.
you do.
Yeah. Also, you know what? Last episode, which was 26, and you can go back
Correct.
and listen to all
All
previous
of them.
26 episodes.
Go to SoundCloud. Go to
Yeah.
YouTube.
You can check those
Check
out
out
on our
the
website.
original music we have up
If
there.
Del Toro has them all uploaded. If not, you can get at least 20 or so shows. That's a
I'm
good,
pretty sure they're all there,
that's a good whole full day of listening to us.
which is
Just about.
amazing, and you'll love it.
Right. I didn't read my writing very well, and I went blah, blah, blah with this person, or that's been, and it's the J Trainer Band. I think I said J Trainer Bond or something like that, or J Trainer Band.
J Trainer Band. Yeah.
I'm sorry, J Trainer Band.
And they have
Thank
some
you so
music
much.
uploaded.
Yeah.
So if you guys check them out, give them a shot.
Absolutely. Please check them out. That's great. Hey, Dina,
Hey,
guess what's in 15
Josh.
days?
What's in 15 days? Oh, I know what it is.
Yeah, what's in 15 days? Let's give a shout
the
out
end of the
to...
Ah,
No, not quite. That's 16 days. 15 days. 15 days is Blackberry Smoke.
no.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, and by the way, y'all, Dina went and got me a little special something for the show. She got me a meet and greet ticket.
I did. And actually, so it's kind of funny. I did not put his name in. I didn't know I was supposed to do that. So I emailed the sales office today asking them if they could switch it to Josh's
To
name.
me.
So I haven't heard back yet, but it was sort of towards the end of the day. So
Hopefully, because you have to take ID and with the band. Cause they
yeah,
want to
I
make sure
still
you're not
don't think
something
it's going to
crazy.
be a problem.
Not that that's something I normally would do. I would not meet the band. I think it would be kind of cool just to say and just hang around and listen to them. But this is a special kind of meet and greet. You pay money and
They donate a lot of it to charity,
A
which
huge part of
is
it
a
goes
big deal to us.
the children's hospital in Atlanta, or there's a children's charity that they give to, which is cool. And you get you get a picture with them, and you get it put on Facebook or something, and then you get another gloss signed picture and some exclusive pins only for the meet and greets. I
Right,
guess.
exactly. Yeah.
So
I mean,
there's
it's
some
pretty
things like that.
cool. And like I said,
Yeah.
they donate some of a lot of it to charity, so which
Exactly.
is awesome.
Right. So Chris Shiflett is going to be opening for them. And if you don't know who that is, he is a guitarist for Foo Fighters.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah. So if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure that's who it is. Anyway, so, and he's got a band. He plays now. He's kind of gone from punk to like Southern rockish, Americana type stuff. It's kind of interesting.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's got an interesting sound to him. All right. Hey, that's it for shout outs. Unless you guys have some. If you have shout-outs, send them to us.
Please send them.
You have a birthday, you'd like to recognize somebody, you have an anniversary, you have something like that. You like to say, hey, we'd like Josh and Dina to recognize so-and-so or this event. Hey,
Yeah, you
send
know
it to
what?
us.
And you can tweet at us,
You can tweet at us at Moonshine Safari.
At Moonshine Safari, and it's very straightforward.
There
There's
it
no
is.
weird numbers. There's
Nope.
nothing. It's
At
just
Moonshine Safari. Just tweet at us. Go. And if you don't want to use your real name, that's okay. That's cool. That's all right. Guess what? Not all of us use our real names.
That's
either.
right.
All right. Hey, coming up, what have we been listening to? Is it different? Well, I'm not going to spoil it for you, but not for me, it isn't.
Not so much.
We'll be right back.
What's Josh listening to?
Welcome back, everybody. All right, Dina,
Hey, Josh.
what you been listening to?
Well, I actually did start, but I didn't get very far. But I did start listening to the Brothers Osborne, thanks to you.
Yes.
And I'm into the Deathly Hallows right now at work.
And you said you've been listening to Footloose soundtrack.
Yes, that's true. Footloose soundtrack. You know, I'm really very much a soundtrack person. So if I'm cleaning in the house or something, actually, usually what I'll do instead of just putting on straight music, I put on a movie.
You'll put on a Disney
With
movie.
a Disney movie. Sometimes it's Footloose. It just depends. Sometimes it's Chicago. It depends on the day.
Oh, the other day
And
it
I
was Pocahontas.
Well, and then
No, Mulan. It was Mulan.
and then Dirty Dancing sometimes. So I mean, I tend to find out that when I like movies, it's because I like the soundtrack. So
Yeah.
I tend to put on a movie and just listen to it while I'm doing whatever I'm doing. So that's where I've been.
Well, I've been listening. Imagine this. I've been listening to Blackberry Smoke and Brothers Osborne, though I haven't given enough time to it yet. But there's a couple groups that I'm looking at listening to. One is Driving and Crying, and oh shoot, I was just listening to them today and I forgot. Okay, I'm spacing. Anyway, we'll be featuring them more than likely, unless I don't like them, and then I won't say anything about it.
Then we just won't say.
Yeah, I just don't say it.
Because we're not looking to bash anybody.
I'm not going to bash the bands. Here's the thing, because they appeal to somebody, they just don't appeal to me. Not everybody likes
and
Blackberry Smoke.
No, you know what? Music is like pizza.
Kind of.
There's a pizza that you will find that you will like.
Right.
Not like everybody else's
I like
pizza.
pineapple on my pizza,
Exactly.
and I know all of you people are screaming, you can have pineapple. Yes, you can. And I love pineapple on my pizza.
I like pesto pizza.
I like black olive, jalapeno,
I'll go with the black olives.
and pineapple.
Not the jalapeno.
That's
And
what I
not
like.
the jalapeno. And not the pineapple either.
Yep. That's it. That's the kind of one. Okay. That's what we've been listening to.
That's it.
That's it.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
It's time
it.
to giggle a little bit. Are you ready to giggle a little bit?
I'm always ready.
All right, hang on. Welcome back to Moonshine Safari, everybody. I'm Josh.
I'm Dina.
Hey, it's time for the funny of the week.
Yay.
Hey, Dina, I've got this story. So there's this therapist, and he has a theory that couples who make whoopee once a day are the happiest. So he tests it at a seminar by asking, how many people make whoopee at least one time per day? So about half of the room raised their hands, each grinning widely. He says, how about once a week? About a third raised their hands, their grins less bright. How about once a month? A few hands went up tepidly. Okay, one time a year. So there's one man in the back, and he's jumping up and down jubilantly. How you like
a
that
happy
word?
guy.
Jubilantly.
Jubilantly.
The therapist, shocked, asks, if you only make whoopee one time per year, why are you so excited? The man said, because today's the day.
Nice.
Get ready to get your britches in a bunch. It's time for Peeve of the Week.
Welcome back, everybody, to Moonshine Safari
Welcome.
from Moonshine Safari Studios. Where at?
Gilbert, Arizona.
Gilbert, Arizona. That's right. Hey, this is where the shine happens, baby.
I'm shining.
Yes, shine happens here. Okay, hey, it's time for Peeve of the Week. Shocking! Josh does not have Peeve of the Week this week. Dina slapped him away. Just said, get away. I've got pee of the week.
I
so
was
Dana,
peeved that he was taking all the peeves.
yeah, it relates to some of the other peeves that I've had,
does.
of course, because we peeve at the same things a lot. But all right, Dana, tell these good folks what your peeve of the week is.
Well, if everyone's been listening to our most recent shows, you found out that, of course, I said I would have a diagnosis of multiple sclerosis. So I need to make appointments with
And
doctors.
small fiber neuropathy.
Yeah.
Don't leave that out.
And whatever else they decide to attribute to me at the time. But anyway, so, I have to make appointments with doctors. But, to be fair, that has nothing to do with necessarily MS. It's just we all have medical things that we have to take care of, whether it be, it could be dental, it could be medical, it could be whatever. And when you leave a message for them because, well, they can't seem to pick up their phone, which I get, they're busy, that's fine. But then 2 days later, they still haven't called you back. That just annoys the... Okay, I don't have a pretty way to say that.
Yeah.
It just annoys me to no end, and I'm so frustrated. So a lot of times when I end up having to call back because they're not going to call me, I'm not going to yell at them. I'm not going to call them names, but I'm definitely going to make my unhappiness known with the situation because it's like, look, I'm paying you for services. This is not something that you're doing for me for free. This is not a favor that you're doing. It's common business courtesy.
But we've gotten today,
I leave you a voicemail. Yeah. Call me flipping back.
Exactly. We've gotten today though that people are too afraid to call out things that are wrong because they're afraid to quote offend somebody or upset someone. And it's like, I'm sorry, I don't. You should be worried about upsetting me. I'm the customer. You should be worried about me.
Well, actually, because one of the things that comes out of my mouth, and it actually did, do I need to find another doctor?
Yep, exactly.
Because it's like, I'm not doing this.
Nope, we're not going to play these games.
So
there are too many of them out there. Okay, I peeve with you.
Anyway, like I said, get me going. I'll start talking about it even more because it ticks me off.
Well, it happened with your dentist too, right?
It did.
It did. Same thing.
It
anyway,
did.
And that's... You'd think. They just seem so overworked.
Okay, all I'm saying is if you say you're going to call somebody, make a note.
Right.
I mean, I keep a notebook on my desk every day.
Put it on your calendar.
Of what needs to get done. And then sometimes I come home and I go, oh, shoot, you know what I forgot to do? And I put it on my phone for the next day so I could add it to my list.
But this goes to a previous peeve about doctors hiring incompetent staff in the front that do the scheduling and do the interactions with the patients.
With patients.
These people need to be
I mean, that's your front line, doctors. Right. That's your front line. That is those are the people that need to be able to interface with your patients.
Quit hiring your nieces and nephews and get some real people in there, okay? All right, hey, coming up, Dina also has pro tip of the week, as usual.
Oh, my God.
She's got the pro tip. Get ready to take some notes.
Get out your notepads. It's time for Pro Tip of the Week.
Welcome back to Moonshine Safari, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Hey, Dina's got Pro Tip of the Week.
I do. So really, the biggest thing is, and as everybody should know by now, I do mortgages, and Josh does them with me. And, essentially what we always need is at least a 2-year history when we're talking about residence, when we're talking about employment, that kind of thing. And so when I ask you to give me the details for the last 2 years, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that you have to know that on June 16th, 2017, at exactly 4:59 in the afternoon, you quit this job and then you started the next job. That's not it. Give me, but tell me all the jobs you had.
Right.
Don't leave them out. Don't feel like you're going to help me by not giving me information. I am on your team when we're doing a loan. I need to know. It's kind of like, I'm not trying to make myself more important than I am, but let's pretend you go to see a psychologist or a psychiatrist about something that is bothering you. If you don't tell them, they can't help you.
Exactly.
If you want to get a loan, tell me everything that you think I might need to know, even if you think it sounds dumb or if you think it's unimportant. Please give me all the information, because if I don't have it, some things come back to bite.
Oh, sure. Absolutely.
So that kind of actually evolves into a little bit of a peeve. But like I said, if you're giving a history, give the history. If that's extraneous information and they don't need it, let them discard it. Just give them the information so that they can do their best job for you.
Right. And gathering things, of course, is not fun. And if you're an organized person, then it's not that hard. You have everything together. Most people aren't that organized, and you have to run around and gather things. And you may think, well, they don't need. There's 6 pages, but I only can find 5, and the 6th page of the bank statement, I don't know where it is. It's the back. We need that page.
Always need that page. If it says 1 through 6 of 6,
yeah.
The underwriter's going to go, where's page 6?
Right. And I've had people say to me things like, I can't believe they need all this. If they don't need all of this. I'm like, okay, you're asking to borrow money from someone else. So they can set all the rules and stipulations that they want on what they need from you, so that they feel safe in lending you their money.
Yeah, and remember that also the loan officer that you're talking to, as frustrating as you might get sometimes, frustrated, I should say, they're also not making the rules. They're also not the ones with the money. So when you go, well, I don't understand why you need that. I'm sorry, somebody above them said that they need that.
Exactly.
Now, if they're asking you for stuff that is beyond the pale, then check with somebody else. Because I'll tell you that I have definite ideas about skill levels.
Right.
So that said,
but just make sure you get everything in.
Yeah, just get your stuff in. If you want to get the loan, you want to get the money, get your stuff in.
Yeah, just get it in. Get it in. You know what? Here's the thing. Get all the stuff to your loan officer, and the loan officer will go through it and make sure that what you gave, and if there's stuff in there that maybe you sent stuff that wasn't necessary, well, we wouldn't send that on. Exactly. It would be in your file, but we wouldn't send it on. So don't worry about that. So you can send more than is necessary if you're not sure. We'll just keep the other stuff on the side if it's not needed.
Absolutely.
To process
That's right.
it. All right. Hey, thanks for that pro tip. Oh, that's Dina, by the way, over there.
That's Josh.
Oh, see, mixed it up again.
I did.
See how they worked that? Yeah. Hey, coming up, it's our story. Well, kind of a story.
Ish.
Yeah, it's going to be a little different. Just like a story time about different things.
Once upon a time.
Yeah, once upon a time. Stay tuned if you want to listen.
Shh. Quiet and listen. It's time for Marriage Story of the Week.
Welcome back to Moonshine Safari.
I'm Dina.
Very good.
Josh is trying to trick me into doing the show.
That's very good. I'm not tricking you. No, I'm not going to let you do this show. I already started
You're
it.
trying to
I'm going to
trick
finish
me.
where I start.
You're trying to joke me.
Next, episode 28. Guys, tune in for episode 28. Dina's going to lead the show.
So he says.
Dina will lead
We
the show.
shall see.
Dina will lead the show. Hey, we are going to talk about some things. I don't know, just some random kind of things we were talking about when we were going to do the show. And we were talking about when we used to go places as kids in family outings.
Yeah.
And my family didn't really do a whole lot like that. Like, we didn't go to, well, in the South there was Liberty Land. I mean, there was Disneyland, but Disney World. But
how long has Dolly Parton?
We were not going to be there.
Dollywood been there?
I mean, it's been there a while. I really don't know. I'm just curious. I bet you it hasn't been there. I bet it's got built after we moved out here.
I would think, just because, I mean, she didn't really.
She was still singing.
She was
I don't know.
Coming up.
They had other things, but that wasn't my parents' kind of. That was not their vibe. And my dad was the stay-at-home. Well, it was either out fishing. Well, my dad did what my dad wanted to do. Kind of way he did. He just kind of did what he wanted to do.
It was actually pretty funny. I used to think I could get him to do stuff, and I was way overestimating my power.
No, my dad just kind of did what he wanted to do. And so we didn't take we never took what I think would be called a proper family vacation. It was always going to grandma's house, because my grandmothers lived right across the railroad tracks from each other. So I don't know which one of my parents was from the wrong side of the tracks.
Josh grew up in Mayberry, just so you're aware.
Well, I didn't grow up in Mayberry.
He was born in one Mayberry, and then he moved to another Mayberry.
No, I was born in the hills. That is not even Mayberry. That's like.
So you were born where Ernest T was from.
There you go. More like that. More like for the Darlings. Like the Darlings. Yeah. That's more like my speed.
Did your dad play the jug? I happen to know he didn't.
No, he didn't. He played guitar a little bit. And he actually gave me my first guitar and showed me my first song. Hey, that's a line in my song. This whiskey's for you.
That's right. Yep.
So, so we never really did anything like that. Liberty Land and Opryland. We didn't ever go to the Grand Ole Opry, which was crazy. Now that I think about it as an adult.
As your mom was such a music person.
And Dad did too. Dad liked music too, but Mom was really into it. Mom would have gone anywhere, everywhere, if Dad would have as well.
Well, we got to take her to Disneyland.
We did take her to Disneyland, and she had a good time.
She got to see the beach.
Yep, she got to see the beach she'd never seen the ocean, and she got to see the ocean in California. It was really windy that day.
It was crazy windy.
Oh my goodness.
Crazy
remember that
windy.
Seagull that was right above your head?
I remember you talking about it, to be honest.
I was just like, don't look up, because it was just like hovering.
Yeah,
the wind
but that's
was
what you do.
So
if you say
hard.
don't look up, that's the first thing somebody's going to do.
So I've tried to be, okay, and I'll be honest with you. I love staying at home. I'm a homebody. I work from home. I like being at home. There are certain things I like to go out and do, but mostly I'd like to stay at home because in that way I'm a lot like my father.
I want to go all the places.
She's a lot like my mother when it comes like. But to be fair, I have gone and done a lot of things.
That's true.
Probably not as much as Dina would like because she still wants to fly over the pond and go over there and visit those places that I don't care to, other than Israel. But in Europe and I don't give a crap about going over there. But anyway, she does. But someday we will, because Dina will win out. She'll win.
He has been a sport for sure.
No, not always. I don't always want to go. But here's the cool thing about our relationship. Okay, so if Dina likes to go to the mall, same mall. Robin likes to go to the mall. Del Toro likes to go to the mall from time to time too. They go to the same mall about every other weekend. They hit them all. They swap them out. That's not something I like to do.
And it's not for anything in particular. We just like to walk around, look at stuff.
and that's fine. But here's the thing: they don't get uptight if I don't want to go. Like if they want to go see a movie that they want to go see, and I don't want to go, they don't get uptight. In fact, they're going to go see. You're going to a play, right?
Aladdin.
Oh, Aladdin. That's right. You guys are going to Aladdin. I'm not interested.
At ASU Gamage, for anyone who's interested.
I'm sure we'll have a bit of a little review of that when you guys go see it.
Oh, it's going to be good.
Yeah. So those are the kind of things, which is cool that, Dina lets me not participate sometimes. And I think that helps me want to participate in other things because I don't feel like
think it's
I have
fair
to be dragged
for me to
along.
expect him to love everything I love.
It's like I don't want to drag Dina off the things that I like. Like if I like to go to Guitar Center and hang out. Well, she likes to go to Guitar Center sometimes, but she doesn't like to go all the time. If I like to go to Zim's or if I want to go to look at some guns or something, now she's not interested in any of that, and I don't expect her to be. So it doesn't matter. And that's cool. She doesn't get upset. I don't get upset, and that's the way things work. So, but we've done. I mean, we usually try and go up north with the kids, and we've been doing that since they were little.
Since they were little. I
remember when we went up the flag and sorry everybody, we had a little bit of technical difficulty right there. So
skip.
So when Robin was little, she didn't want to get out of the snow. And what was she like?
She loved
2,
it.
3?
Yeah,
I mean, she was
Well, it was before.
Del Toro was born, right?
Yeah, she loved it. It had been like, I was born in Flagstaff. I'm an Arizona native, so FYI. So, it had been one of the kind of snowstorms that was just crazy. Like, I was insisting on going because I was being dumb, actually. And driving up there, they were requiring chains right after we passed getting up there.
We had...
it was crazy.
A Ford Tempo that had been... We talked about this before. That was a rental before.
Yes, it was a fantastic purchase.
But it was a front-wheel drive car.
It was.
My little pickup truck we would have been all over the road. It would have been bad.
It's true.
We got up there. I remember as we were topping the hill going into Flagstaff, the I-17 had gone down to one lane, and there was cars in the median that had slid off the road.
Smart people standing in front of them trying to wave you off of their car as if you could stop.
They're standing in front of their trunk, waving at me to slow down. Like, dude, if I can't slow down, obviously you didn't slow down. If I can't slow down, I'm going to squish you. And I don't want to squish you. I'm trying to go to Flagstaff to play in the snow. I don't want to.
Not
right.
Not that.
Golly, seriously, people, stay in your cars. Anyway, so we got up there, and man, the snow was. I mean, Flagstaff's pretty on the spot clearing stuff, but on the side of the roads, I mean, holy majoli.
It was ridiculous.
And then when you had to cross over a median or turn, I mean, that little car bottomed out so much, but it did. It worked well.
It did. I mean, that day it came through like a champ for us.
It really did.
And like Josh is saying, Robin was out there like trying to get her to come in out of the snow. She would cry.
Yeah. She was soaked. I mean, her diaper was wet, everything. She was soaked, and she just didn't care. She would just sit in it. She loved it. So then move on down the road when Del Toro was born. We take him up there too, and Del Toro was he wasn't as fond of the snow.
He enjoyed it much. Actually, what it was, truthfully, it was the polar opposite. So polar, get it? Robin had a great time. Del Toro didn't want to touch it.
No, he was not a fan. But on the other hand, now I look back, a lot of things that maybe, because he had some issues with his ankles and his feet, stuff growing up that we didn't find out until, he got a little better.
Correct.
So, it could have been that the reason is maybe his feet were hurting and shoes were, and he couldn't really explain that was
Which is definitely possible. It could also be possible that he was a little bit of a pill.
I was just going to say that.
They had a little bit of both
they
kinds
had
of things.
A little bit,
but he definitely had some issues with his feet.
Yep. So we've done that. And we used to go out to eat a lot, and the kids were always really good. We used to get comments all the time. And yes, I'm going to toot my horn. Because I taught my kids to behave when they're in public, and I taught them to teach, give respect to adults and to keep it down. That's my job as a parent. Some of you guys should do that too. Anyway, but of course I'm not a perfect parent because my kids do stuff too and have done stuff and make mistakes. We all do. So I'm just saying.
But we did. We used to get compliments in restaurants, for that matter, on planes. People would say, wow, when we saw your kids, we were worried, but then they were great. And so, I mean,
when we took them back to Tennessee when they were little, and we found Del Toro was really into trains. He was on like Thomas the Tank Engine and everything. I mean,
every train.
Crazy
oh,
train.
Lord.
So, get it, crazy train?
Get
anyway,
it. That's the one I want all the time.
We found, when we got there, we went, I don't know how many trains we found and how many places we went and rode. I mean, we did it at Dollywood, and he fell asleep on that one.
He did fall asleep.
We went, where was the place?
I think that one was in Mississippi. It was Casey's, wasn't it? Casey?
No, that was in Tennessee, but that's the one they talk about. Yeah, but that's the one I'm thinking of. It starts with a C, the town. I can't remember what it is right now, but anyway. Every train we could find, we found for that little Brett, and he enjoyed it, and we had a good time, and so we've taken proper vacations. We've gone to Disneyland, and we've gone to Seattle.
We
We've
went
gone to
Canada.
Canada.
Universal Studios this past couple years ago.
When Harry
because
Potter.
I'm a Harry Potter nerd.
That was fun. That was fun, actually. And she's kind of converted me into Harry Potter. And at some point, I know we keep threatening to do this, we're going to have a standalone, just a Harry Potter type of discussion. I might do like an interview of her in the beginning, kind of like, why do you get involved with this? How did you get involved with this? Blah, blah. Anyway, so back to the going on family outings and stuff. I didn't do much growing up. We do a lot. What about you, Dina? What did you guys do?
I mean, honestly, we were like you. It was pretty much, if we were going anywhere far, it was going to be to see family.
Yeah.
My mom's extended family lived in California, or I should say lives still, many of them. So we would go there a lot of holidays. And then my father's extended family was from Iowa. And so we would occasionally go to Iowa. Well, I say occasionally. I only went there twice when I was young. I got to go really far down south into Mexico once. That was also kind of a family trip, but it was cool. I enjoyed it. that's really like I said, and I think that's because that's the era. I think the era at the time, it was really like that's what your vacations were for. You went and saw family.
True.
Don't you think? I mean, that just seems like how it was. I didn't know a lot of people that's not what they did.
Background music
he was
Dana's story time.
Yeah, he was giving me some ambiance. But that's pretty much what we did.
And we were excited when we went too. I mean, I always loved going to Tennessee to see my grandparents. I mean, because it was fun. I mean, I loved seeing.
I got sick every flipping time I would go.
I didn't.
California.
I would get. Well, in the beginning, used to get car sick because going up that mountain, they had the switchbacks, and we called them curves. We didn't know switchbacks, but curves. And my dad didn't have a very light foot. He wanted to get there. His deal was always get there faster each time. So get there, and
he was racing.
It
himself?
was 400 miles. I mean, it's like an 8-hour trip. He could make. I remember when we were making like 7.25.
Well, and like you said, especially on those roads, that's kind of impressive.
And a car loaded down with 4 kids, and then when my brother came along, 5 kids. I mean, not 5 kids, 5 people. No.
I was gonna say, where did the other kids come from?
I was thinking 4 people, not kids.
Right. No.
People.
Right. And
people.
Luggage and
and all the snacks, because Mom was all about having snacks.
Oh no! You know what?
I remember we had this little. You probably remember them. It was like a round cooler thing. It was for cans. It was foam on the outside. On the inside, it had an insert, and then you put the cans around them like this in a circle.
You're crazy if you think we ever had anything
it was foam.
Like that.
No, it was like the kind you got at like when you got the crickets at the
And guess what happened?
Quick Mart.
When I told anybody in my family I wanted a snack, guess what came out? An orange.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, those are the.
That was healthy. Good for you.
Those are the kind of snacks.
I'm so happy for you.
I know, except for when you're a kid and you're traveling, you want the junk food.
Doritos and little Debbie cakes.
Whoppers. I was always supposed to have Whoppers.
No. Little Debbie cakes with the raisins. Those were because Mom liked those. I wasn't a big fan. Let's think. What else did you go? Dad would always get canned string cheese or canned cheese.
That is so nasty.
And Ritz crackers. And he would just like in his mouth like that.
That's so
while he's
gross.
driving. Just that cheese.
Oh, nasty.
That stuff is gross. It is pretty freaking gross. But let's see. I mean, we would go a couple times. I do remember, have memories of we went to the mall a couple times because there was a boat show. And they had set up this big, ridiculous aquarium thing with all these drunk ass fish that wouldn't nibble the corn that they put on the end. But if you caught one, then you got like, I don't know, a little.
So
I
like
never ever.
There's
like all these fish, all these trout in there that they fed a bunch of corn to. Then they give us little kids, a rod with a piece of corn on a hook and just dip it in there. They don't want no freaking corn. You just fed them corn. Anyway, so we would go there for that. And I remember when the Walmart came. When the Walmart came, they got Big Town. We would go there a couple times. We went there as a family. I know this is the family outing to the mall and to Walmart. Let's see. I do remember we went camping one time, and one time only.
I only ever went camping once, and that was with you.
It was the same tent.
Friends. Was it?
It was. That was the family tent. Same tent. So, yeah. So we didn't do a whole heck of a lot like that growing up, family-wise.
Well, we're hoping this year that we get to do a vacation. I've been trying to for a few years, but it just hasn't worked out for one reason or another. So hopefully we get to do it this year. Del Toro is going to be 21, and we'd like to maybe tour some distilleries.
Oh, yeah. Perhaps. And maybe take you along. Maybe do a live Facebook feed or some craziness.
That'd be awesome.
Something like that. Well, anyway, I think that's probably good. I mean, I can't think of anything else.
That's good. I mean, let us know, what did you guys do? I mean, I guess it seems like...
Did you guys go on big family trips?
Yeah, it seems like... I mean, I know that
anything?
When my sister had her kids, she took them a lot of places, and I always thought that was cool. But I'm not sure that in the generation prior to that, everybody always did that. I think it was pretty. I think we're pretty normal when it comes to that. Yep. So.
All right. Hey, well, thank you so much for listening, everyone.
Yeah. Thanks, everyone.
Stay tuned. It's time for drinks and recipes.
Yum yum.
Yum.
Get out your glasses. It's time for the Moonshine Safari drinks and recipes.
Welcome back to Moonshine Safari, everybody. Hope you liked that little story.
Our little
rundown of the stuff
how
we used to do.
Stuff.
Yeah, and we would like to hear what you guys do. But that's not for this time.
What's for this time?
This time is drinks and recipes.
Drinks and recipes.
You guys thirsty? We're always thirsty.
Always.
Hey, I got a new one. It's called Release the Kraken. Yeah, Release the Kraken. Kraken Black Rum. This is Del Toro's favorite.
It is.
It's his favorite. Kraken, Black Rum, and Cola. Release the Kraken.
Release. And so,
it's like
we
rum
know
and Coke.
Rum and Coke's not necessarily new, but try it with this kind.
Kraken. Release the Kraken. It's yummy. It's also yummy by itself, but it's good with cola as well.
Yeah, I'm not a straight drinker like that. It's not my thing.
It's an acquired drinking.
I need the mixers.
Yeah. All right.
Hey, guys.
We just made it easy for you. Thanks you so much. Thanks for listening. Hey, from Moonshine Safari Studios here in Gilbert, Arizona, that's Dina.
That's Josh.
Hey, we'll see you next time for episode 28. Woo-hoo! The one Dina's going to be leading.
We'll see.
All right. See you next time. Shine happens, everybody.
See ya.
Hey y'all, welcome to Moonshine Safari. Hope you enjoyed the podcast. If you did, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to our channel, as well as check the description for information on our social media sites, as well as our Patreon account to help support our adventures in the Moonshine Wilderness.